bringing you down a path of
Do you think
bullshit.
he means to do that?
Yes,
Do you
100%. He works.
Alex
He used
Jones
to be.
means to do that
Yes, he used to work for the BBC. He used to be, like he still does. He's a controlled oppositionist. I mean, this man believes that there are serpent people on the moon, on the opposite
I was
side
going to
of the
ask
moon.
you about like the serpent people.
He's nuts. I mean, he's not nuts, but he's drilling us with fake facts.
I mean, like that seems to be something so big now. Like he talks about Illuminati too, which is a little.
Well, I mean.
And then he's like, "Oh, there's serpent people and they're hybrid serpents," and like, I mean, and there's videos going
It's
around
bullshit.
of Justin
It's
Bieber's eyes that are serpent, Nicki Minaj's eyes, and they're all like serpent, and it's just weird. And
Of course it's weird, but it's also like you have to understand that you can't you can only believe half of what you see and nothing you hear.
Okay.
Because an image is just a fucking image. I mean, we live in a very, how do I want to say, holographic universe.
Okay.
We live in a hologram. Your brain itself is nothing more than a hologram. It's a metaphysical reality, and these are nothing more than ideas. They aren't fact.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And these people are assuming a lot of things.
I think you would like this guy, Robin
Carhart Harris.
I think I sent you his research.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. I was trying to relate it to something that we were talking about. And it's related to this one paper. I mean, not paper, but something this woman wrote. That was interesting. Anyway, like he took people on psilocybin and put them in like fMRIs and studied like what happened. But then the whole conclusion of it was that stuff where like we develop ego or where we think
It is developed.
Activations of that while they're on psilocybin isn't there. So like people think everything's more
Right.
active
It's
on
not
the drugs.
there because it
and then
really
it's not there.
isn't. That's a great truth. It's something that you have to. I mean, not you have to, but people need to understand that there's more to this physical. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's something
And
so
people-
much more.
And people try to limit it, saying, no, we're only physical beings, this is materialism.
Like I can't even
materialist."
believe that there are people who actually think that they don't have a soul. And that's kind of sad because you can very much understand on these compounds that A, God is not real. There is no deity that controls or consumes your life or creates it. You do. You are the creator of your reality. In a sense, you are God. That's with everybody, you know what I mean?
That kind of relates to the Church of Satan.
I'm sorry?
That's kind of similar to the philosophies of the people.
Well, actually,
that in
no.
the Church of Satan.
Satanism is very different.
Well, Satanism, there's two different satanic people. There's people that actually
Yeah.
do like.
Believe me, I
Yeah.
delved into the not that I was personally interested in it, but I had to understand.
Understand it.
My opposition in a way, you know.
Yeah.
I had to get it.
Which is interesting. The Church of Satan says like we are the gods, you are the god. But then the Church of Satan is more into the ego though, which makes you wonder why.
Like for example, in Satanism they tend to go on and talk about how like they would never actually go hurt another. But what they would do is instead of hurting another, is they'll make a doll for hurting someone, and they'll put pins in the doll. And they'll just say, oh, well, it's just my way of, discreetly, having my own feeling about something, or blah, blah, blah. But, see, him with a comedian, Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
But that's so evil.
Yeah.
That's so negative. And, I mean, it's funny because, like, the Church of Satan is so crazy. I mean, it's not any different from religion. It's just the same exact thing, but they have different ideals and put that try to bring you in because it's a great comparison if you're comparing it against Christianity. Christianity, like it's like you need God, but in Satanism, there's not even Satan. There's
Yeah.
only you. So it's almost like this self-entitlement,
Mhm.
which is bullshit. You know what I mean? It's just it's crazy.
Yeah, that sounds pretty crazy. Everything's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever fear of dying?
No. Like the fear, it falls away from you because you understand that you don't die. You don't.
Yeah.
You're just going to come back.
But not you.
Yeah, of course.
What happens if you come back and you have to experience it all again? You're okay with that?
I think that you, like for example, my knowing of this is due to my psilocybin usage, and when I come back onto this earth, I think it's very possible that I'm not going to know that this even happened until I take it again in that life.
Yeah, remember it.
And then understand, oh wow, I've been here so many times, like I
Yeah.
started this conversation with, you know
Wow.
what I mean? That's what's so incredible about it, because once you do it enough.
So when you took it the first time, you're like, wow, I've been here so many times. So do you think past consciousness of yours has been there so many times?
Yeah, you 100% have an
Do you
understanding.
think everyone's been there so many times?
Yeah,
Do you think I could go a whole life without taking it and die, but I've been there?
of course. But you'll never understand it. You'll never have the potential to reach that understanding until you take it.
But then when I took it, I've already taken it. Do you think everyone's
Yeah.
taken it in some other sense, and they've been there all the time? Well, not all the time, but they've been there before.
Yeah, because it's very possible that the life you lived before this you did.
Because, like, okay, I wanted to tell you about my experience. And it was just on smoking marijuana. And I don't do it because I feel these things, and I guess I'm not ready. I don't know. I might be an asshole. I'm not sure. But I feel like I've been to the place, and I call it the place. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, I asked you about the place, and it might not be your place, this
No,
place.
go ahead, yeah.
But I feel like I've been to this place that I've been before, and I've known it for the longest time. And it's like this memory that you just kind of forget, or you put it on the back burner. And then
Yes.
when you go back to this place, it's like this familiarity, like, I've been here, and I felt I saw everyone there that I ever met, ever.
Mm-hmm.
And they were in the place, but it wasn't like I was seeing them, it was just this feeling that I've seen them all there before. Like,
You were just visualizing them.
I can't explain it. It's not like their faces were coming up, it was like I was feeling an energy that I recognized.
Okay.
All of these energies, and like, I knew my mom was there, and then I knew my dad was there, and I knew my friends were there, and my sisters were there, and I was just up in this place. Or not even up, I don't know where I was just in this place, and it was very red. And like, everything was red when I was not visualizing, but like, they were just these red entities, not people, like, I don't even understand how to tell it to you.
I
It was
understand,
just
yeah.
in this place. And then my realization was like, okay, well, maybe you go to that place when you're high, and I just was really high, so I went to that place. I don't know what to think about it. And it was like
Something
this
quite
connectiveness in the
that's
place.
pretty. That's nice that you
and
actually
memory.
can feel that on pot.
That's why I don't do it though, because I took it the bad way. I got scared.
What do you mean? You took it the bad way. What do you mean?
I just feel like I wasn't ready to go to the place, and I went to the place. And I felt like I didn't understand the place. Maybe it was just a low dose of marijuana, and I went to the place, and it wasn't enough to
You were
expand
lost.
it. But yeah, I was lost, but I was in this memory. Like, it was almost like this, like you said, being reborn. It was like I was something I'd been through, like a cycle, and I was just
You can't
there
help it, yeah,
so
make a
many
circle,
times. Like, I was there so many times before, and it's when I went back, it was such a familiar feeling, and I said, we've been here before, and I've been here before. Like, I know where this is, or what it is, And like I just think coming back, like it was like maybe a couple years ago, so I can't explain it as much of how it felt, but I just know it's this memory
Right.
that you've had all along, and you go back, and then it's like reoccurring, and you said, oh yeah, and then when you're not there, you forget about it. I don't know. Is that similar to
No,
how you ever felt?
it is. But obviously with psilocybin, it's
It's
something
more
that
extreme.
stays.
Yeah.
Well, not extreme. It's more clerical.
Yeah, I bet you it's more like I've been to this place.
It's
and
not
I
a
can
dissociator
guarantee
at all. It's not a trickster. It's not like I said. Cannabinol is a trickster. It plays
But
games.
have you met anyone that had that experience on that? That's why I don't do
No,
it. Like,
but
I
I
asked
don't
Christina,
know.
and
I don't.
Christina's never like.
But I don't know that because it's.
different
I
for her?
haven't asked anyone. I haven't sat there and dissected somebody's feelings on marijuana. You know what I mean? And it's very possible also you might be unique to that because you may be one of so many that doesn't enjoy smoking, or you were thrown off by it when a lot aren't. You know?
So did you feel that?
On pot?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever did.
What
I
do you
mean,
feel
I
when
don't
you
know that
took
for
it?
a fact because I can't really say that I recall the first few times that I smoked, and you know what I mean? You definitely feel a...
Like, I mean, I smoked with my sister before, and everything was fine. I would just be.
You know, I
all
can't say that I don't
buzzy
understand,
and
or
funny.
I haven't felt that, because I definitely remember now, thinking about it, when I first started smoking in high school, I definitely understood that it brought people together. Like the act of it, you know what I mean?
And I just remember feeling like, I guess people call it paranoia, but I remember feeling like if there was
Uneasy?
bad energy that I was with, it would come like tenfold.
Right, it would very much
It would just
excrete
develop.
energy reality.
Yeah, like if they had a bad vibe, it would just come into my energy and
Right.
it would like change me while I was high, and I was like, this isn't enjoyable.
Right.
Like, I'm not sure if it's just being able to pick up people's senses, being able to pick up how people feel or what they're thinking, but it was just weird. I don't know. One time though, I did it with Christina after that experience. So that was kind of my senior year in high school. And I did it with Christina at her house. It was just her and I. And, like, it just bugged me out because she started showing me, and like, I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna smoke that much. Like, I'm okay. And then she started showing me like Rob Zombie, like doing Satanist stuff like on stage, because her TV, you could go in and like get recorded stuff and play it, and then that kind of started bugging me out, so I just tried not to pay attention to it. And then she played the Slipknot song. I forget what one it is, but it's like one of this girl and she's in a field and she's like lying down. Do you know that one?
I never really listened to them.
And it's not like their normal like screaming. It's like a kind of like I don't know if it's acoustic, but it's a really calm like song, and it just freaked me out. I don't know.
There's symbology right there for you. The Eye of Horus on
Yeah,
Katy
that's what
Perry.
I've been. Every
And
time
the-
I go to YouTube, I'm like,
And
"Fuck
the
is
Eye
that
of
there?"
the Eye of Horus is actually the physical representation of the pineal gland.
Yeah.
It
And then
is
it's
the
in their
pineal
brain.
gland. That's what it looks like, but it's the size of a grain of rice.
Yeah, if you get that book, it's right in there probably.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, when you cut it on whatever it's called. I thought I was spelling this wrong. Seriously. I don't know, but anyway, I just remember being downstairs after leaving because that song just made me freak out because the girl was lying down on this field. It was like their music video, and like she just randomly like is suspended, and then she's like floating around, and like the main like thing of the song is like, I won't let this build up inside of me, I won't let this build up inside of me, and then like everything in my presence, like everything that was going on in my life was almost like, it was like how you said people wouldn't